Hello, people. I'm welcoming the first ex-seminarian that I'm interviewing. So, a round of applause. Welcome, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much, brother, for having me on your platform. It's a pleasure being here, actually. My name is Johnpaul Ezugwu, popularly known as Capito. I'm from Onsoka in Enugu State.
This guy reached out to me. He's an ex-seminarian and he was clear. Hey, Fortune, I am not trying to travel out. I just wanted to share with my experience. What motivated you to go into the seminary and also what motivated you to leave?
Actually, I decided to come out of the seminary. Initially, I have had zeal and passion to be a priest right from my childhood. There is no doubt about that. But it got to a point in my formation, I lost interest in the seminary activities, in the seminary life. I don't actually know what happened, but then at a point, I just lost interest. A lot of things were not making any meaning to me, despite the fact that the seminary is a very wonderful place to be, which I have enjoyed throughout my stay there. But at a point, I lost interest. I wasn't following in the activities. Nothing interests me. In fact, there was only one thing that made meaning to me that I really participated actively in then. That was games. Apart from games, I lost interest in every other thing. And I knew that there are more to the priesthood than games. So at a point, I discovered that the force pulling me away is greater than the one sustaining me. So I had to leave. I met my vocation director, met the rector. After a whole lot of discussions, I had to leave. I actually left after my 1 year when I was posted for Theology 1. When I went back to Theology 1, I think that was when I left.
Do you miss anything about being in the seminary or being a seminarian?
Yeah, thank you so much. In fact, I miss a lot of things about the seminary life. I miss a lot. If I tell you, say I don't miss anything, then I decide the lie give you. There is one of them I know. Even till today, I miss them. There is this brotherhood, this koinonia, this Ujamal spirit that do exist amongst seminarians. This joyous coexistence that I usually enjoy when I was in the seminary then. Bro, that stuff is highly underrated. You can't get it elsewhere. It doesn't matter the amount of money you have out here. But I could remember when I was in Vigad, there is a place we usually go during night recreation. I could remember very well. We call it then Zion. There you come, we freely discuss. Those memories, I really miss that a lot. My brothers who are still there, that stuff is highly underrated. You don't know what you are enjoying. Also, permit me to remark that there is this special divine grace that sustains everybody who is in the seminary. When I came out here, it was obvious. That doesn't mean God is partial in the distribution of His grace. No, actually, out here also is a grace that is also sufficient to sustain one out here. So long as you cooperate with that grace, I will also advise people who are still there, don't abuse that grace.
What is the hardest thing about surviving outside the seminary?
Prior to my leaving, I only had one thing in mind, and that was to travel. I was introduced to a so-called visa agent. We negotiated. I told him the country I wanted to go to. He began the process. It was a very funny story anyway, but a hard one for me. At the long run, I had to pay 2.5 million naira cash. At the end, I was scammed and duped. Not even 1 naira has been recovered from that 2.5 million naira till date. In fact, it got to a point. They actually invited me. They said everything is already done. My visa is out. I should come over to Lagos within 3 days. I will be traveling. That they are going to the airport to negotiate about my flight and all that. With joy, the mumumi. What do I know? I've never had any travel experience. I never had anybody who has traveled around me. I didn't have anybody I'm consulting with regards to that. I only, piously, the good me, believed in every word that they were telling me because I had that urge to travel. That journey to Lagos later actually ended in, oh God, in 1 month and 2 weeks. And that 1 month and 2 weeks, I was actually lodged in a hotel paying 6,500 naira for my lodge. plus feeding money. I was the one who was paying for that 1 month, 2 weeks. Till it got to a point I know that I have been scammed and duped. I had no option rather than to return home. In fact, that particular experience doing me, because prior to that, I was not seeing any future here in Nigeria. All my tentacles, all I had was to travel outside. For now, I can confidently say that that would have been the worst mistakes I would have made. The experience after that was not a funny one because I have actually lost everything I had. The only thing that saved me was that before I left, the house I was living in then, one of my friends came to take over. When everything failed, when I came back, that was the only savior I had. At least I could have a place I could actually lay my head on and sleep for the day. I spent years, close to 2 years, doing absolutely nothing. I would just wake up, sleep, and sleep, and sleep again. Still thinking on how to travel. Hey, God. So that experience was a very hard one for me. Second experience, a very hard one I had was accepting to do this business I'm doing now. There is this silent pride in most ex-seminarians that actually ruins us rather than build us. There is a level, a standard of life that we always anticipate. But then the reality of the fact is that the life outside here does not respect our expectations and most of the times our ambitions. Sometimes it destroys them totally. So for me, I have that very high standard of life that there are a lot of things I cannot do. I'm actually that type that always aims higher. Even if I want to do business, it's a very big business. It's a wonderful thing, actually. Wonderful thing. But then the irony of it is that who is having this type of dream, I have absolutely nothing in my hands. So it became a problem for me to start low. In fact, when the option of this the business I'm doing now came up, I initially rejected it. I was seeing it as a very no. How can I do this type of? It's not possible. A seminarian, an ex-seminarian. I was discussing with one of my classmates. I think I was when I was discussing with you at a point. I told you that if you give me even the visa of America today, that is it. You dash me. That is, you have done everything. I have seen that my visa, my passport has been stamped. The visa is already there. That I should come and travel to America. The almighty America you guys are enjoying. Now, I cannot leave this business I'm doing now to travel for any reason, under any circumstance. For now. Not that we have seen money or not that we have made money, but I know there is a lot of potentials of which I am actually seeing in what I'm doing. And above all, there is this internal joy and peace it gives me doing what I'm doing now, the business I'm doing now. It is a very low, in our terms, very low, dirty business. But that this has been the greatest decision I have actually taken. I'm happy I started low. And I know I'm actually growing. I'm actually growing gradually in this stuff. And the potentials of which I'm seeing in this business is out of this world. We must not travel.
Thank you for sharing that. I hope that somebody is picking something from that. You're changing my perspective, and I like that. Like, it's actually possible to not travel and be happy and be successful. So, I wanted to touch on the visa agent. You don't need an agent to travel. You actually don't. Take the admission application process like a course in school, study the website of that school, write down the requirements and tick them off as you go. The reason for this is that no agent is going to take your stuff as seriously as you would. I know that there are some agents who have helped people to travel, but in a lot of instances, these people are usually not going to give your case the best they have because they have myriads of cases on their table. So take it up as a course in school and do the admission process yourself. There are lots of videos and channels on YouTube that can help you. These are really good content explaining for you step by step process of getting admission and all of that. The idea of starting low, the whole thing about pride, and then you mustn't travel. That's what I get from this conversation. You mustn't travel. And there are lots that JP is going to share with us. I just want to cut this video here because it's already a little longer than I expected. But stay tuned, watch out for part two, and please share this video with others who would want to see this and others who this might be of help to. The goal is first of all to begin a conversation around ex-seminarians that could help people heal, and also to talk about the options that exist. We are not embittered souls. We are not embittered ex-seminarians. We are happy people living our lives and trying to make sure that we send this energy across to other people who are passing through the road that we have passed through. So once again, thank you, JP, for finding the time. This is part one. We are going to be doing part two, and it's going to be coming your way in no distant time. So, peace out.